Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Galaxy. Well, last time we defeated the boss of the first tower, that is if you took the first tower up, and then I undid that save and we decided we were going to climb up the second tower instead. All in an effort to show off every conceivable combination of cutscenes at the end of this area. While we were here, we talked to this guy. Very important that you talk to this guy. You're missing out on this particular guy. Tower 1, floor 3. Just warp to that save point and the guy should be right there. Then we get in the elevator and we go on up to the 4th floor. 4th floor is going to be much the same as the rest of them. To be quite honest, the area changes enough, but it's also very much the same no matter which tower you're in, no matter which floor you're in. Like, there's minor differences here and there, but sadly, I don't think there's really enough to do a good job of differentiating it all that much. All right, so we have hit... I'm looking for item 12 we just got. So if we head up this way, we'll head up into the square. The kind of the base of the tower as we've seen before. But we want to go this way because this way has more treasure. Angel slippers. We finally got equipment for Kisala. Unreal. We haven't had one of those in bloody forever. Still under leveled for her, just like everything else we've been getting for her lately, but that's fine. More corpses. Corpses can still drop something I need. I think it was the dark music box, if I remember correctly. I was looking in between episodes and I was wondering if I should work on some skills for some of my characters. And, well, I probably should. Let's just make some progress today. I don't really feel like going over the flow. I just got finished watching the football game. I missed the first half where we were up 16-0. And so I started watching in the second half. We lost in overtime 32-29. Not really happy with my team this year. They started off 5-1, and then since they got there, they basically played 500, like they lost a bunch of games and then they played 500 for the rest of the season. So yeah, not great. All right, there is another chest very close by here. Oh no, I just got that one, never mind. So yeah, let's head on up here. You'll see over here that we have a little narrow access up there into that square I was talking about. There's the buffalo. There's the red bolt. The one thing is you can jump and use your sword attack, but you cannot jump and shoot your gun. Don't ask me why. Never really could figure that one out. All right, so I would like to go up this way. Yes, up this way. Now, a few episodes ago, I know I was talking about my Netflix library, and I was trying to watch a bunch of the stuff that was on there. And one of the things I did is I found the, I guess that I think it's the most, there it is, the most recent Motoko Shinkai film. And I was talking about how, it's called Suzume, by the way. And I was talking about how I thought it was a pretty good film. Which reminded me, I bought his previous film, Weathering with You. And I bought that, yay, Dark Music Box, and try Resurrection, I'll take that too. But I bought it probably not right when it came out, probably within like a year of it coming out. And then I sat it on my dresser with another stack of Blu-rays, DVDs, whatever that I had, you know, that I bought, that I found on sale, that I wanted to watch, or in most of the cases, rewatch. So I was upgrading certain parts of my collection. And it was so long ago that I never actually got around to it. The fact that I almost never really got around to most of them because I don't happen to watch a lot of the Blu-rays that I have. It's just not something I really bother to turn on anymore. I was thinking about it. My most recent computer doesn't have a disk drive. My PS5 doesn't have a disk drive. I didn't want to pay the extra money for a disk version of games because it was such a pain in the ass trying to deal with that when I was dealing with the PS4. So I didn't want to deal with it, so I didn't bother. Did I got that. Yeah, so we got all the treasure on this floor, so that's fine. Just keep moving forward. Hit up the save point, and then realize that I haven't saved. Where's the most recent one? I'll save over that one. There we go. But anyway, I'm going through the my stack of Blu-rays. Like, oh, I should probably watch this movie. Well, it's like I watched Suzume, and Suzume was good. Weathering with You, I don't know how to articulate this. It did something in terms of how it displayed things that I haven't seen in a long time. I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to put this into words, but we're going to try. Let's see, we're going to turn left first. There is this feeling that I get when I watch or experience certain like films or even just going outside. Like when I was a kid, like I grew up in, like when I was, this is way too much information. Okay, when I was 4, I moved from a larger-ish city to, well, a suburb of a larger city to a smaller city that currently has, I think, about 100,000 people. And when I first moved here and when I was young, I always had this kind of impression of the world being bigger than what it probably was. Like, part of that's just being a kid. But that feeling, oh no, I am going the right way. Thank you. I went the right way. We use the star key. And we get the perfect elixir. Perfect. So I actually did the right thing. Now we're going to loop around and we're going to grab the other side of that. I think I have to go up in order to go over there. This area is still confusing me. 20 seconds? That's doable. But anyway, there's this feeling that I get when watching it, and part of it comes down to seeing city life a little bit differently. Like, you can watch a film and you can see people interact, and for whatever reason, a lot of the shows, anime, whatever that I see, there's like an overwhelming amount of time spent kind of in the house. And with Weathering with You, I'm not going to spoil anything, by the way, there's just a sense of going out and seeing the world and it just being this larger world that for some reason, I just connected with that story and the way that the characters, there's my other side of that, and just the way the characters interacted. And I'll get back to that. Conductive liquimetal is a new item that we have been working toward getting, in the sense of I've wanted to get it for a long time. We only get one piece of it now. I don't think we can get any more until chapter 9, if I recall. And I told you chapter 8 was big. We're not even close. Like, not even close. If we were just doing dungeons, we'd probably be not even halfway. No, I don't even think we'd be halfway. But we're doing a hell of a lot more than just dungeons. Ow. Well, I'm paralyzed. Let's fix that. A lot of the time, if I get stuck on the stairs, it's almost better to use spells and then just run up with Jaster so he isn't kind of above the enemies, because he tends to miss a lot when he's got the higher ground. He would not make a very good Jedi. All right, so we got those. We got that one. So now we're going to head down this way. But anyway, the film just connected with me in a really cool way. I really kind of enjoyed it. It's one of those films where even... Oh, right. I forgot about this. Again, I'll get back to that.
Chester.
You again.
Oh, yeah.
And you, I see. Using the king's powers to persuade those idiot princes?
What's your point?
I would gladly handle that task in your stead, if you please.
Forget it.
Then let us play. After all, I have plenty of time.
This was a surprise in my test run because I was following along with walkthroughs to get my notes in my test run. This wasn't even listed in the walkthrough. I was like, what? Boss fight? I'm not prepared. I have no idea what to do. This guy was unbeatable last time. Try and guard through most of the brunt of that attack. Make sure we heal up. As you can tell, just like before, this guy is unbeatable. But I figured I'd take him down as much as I could. We'll get everyone to stand back here. That's probably why it doesn't make it into the walkthrough, is because like there's nothing you can do in this fight. It's the exact same fight as you dealt with back on Rosa. You just need to stay alive, keep yourself healed up, and guard. I think it's another 1 minute time limit, and then the fight ends. So we stand around and we do nothing. I'd continue my story, but I'd get 2 sentences into it, and then the scene would play out, and then I'd be interrupted again. Come on. There we go.
You could stand a little more practice. A pack of incompetent fighters is far worse than one.
Fine then. Take me on instead.
Huh?
Is this guy following me? What sword is that? It reminds me of another sword. What does that sword remind me of?
He's got superhuman speed. No, his powers aren't human at all.
So, what about it? You yourself are something special indeed to be fighting with me on the same level. I shall withdraw. I am not foolish enough to know the risks and fight anyway. Ready.
He's intelligent, he thinks, he's not overconfident. He
Thanks.
knows his power.
Stay alert. You never know what Datron has up its sleeve.
What is that sword from? It reminds me of something else. Is it Prince of Persia? I swear there's a sword with like that widening right at the tip. Like I know in the OG Final Fantasy VII, Cloud has a sword like that, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. What sword am I thinking of? Maybe it's something from Lord of the Rings. I've been listening to a podcast where they've been talking about the themes of Lord of the Rings. I'll get back to my story in a minute. Of course, I'm always distracted and never focused on what I'm talking about. But back in the second tower, let's find ourselves some treasure. There should be one around here shortly. But yeah, I was not one of the ones who read the book first. I watched the film first. I like the film. They're too long, but I like the films. The book I read after, and as probably blasphemy as it is to say, I do not care for Tolkien's writing at all. I find that the way he writes, and I've heard people talk about this, is he has more of a focus on developing the languages that he's created for his world than he is focused on, I don't need to worry about items in this area, do I? Where am I? Am I on the right floor? Yes, I am still on the right floor. I know where I am. Yeah, the fastest way is up this way. Trying to read a map is difficult. I'm looking at all these bubbles that give me different numbers. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the way that Tolkien writes. It doesn't work for kind of the way that I like to read. I find when he is describing things and giving things multiple names, I find it difficult to keep my mind on what he's talking about. Maybe I'm just dumb. That's entirely possible. There we go. Take a bunch of damage, but we got... Thank you. I need those too. Did Lilica finish her weapon there? Not quite. When she does, I need to switch her out. We've got all the treasure for this floor. So now we just need to head on up. But yeah, I find just kind of the way he describes, as I was reading the books, I found myself just constantly waiting for scenes that I was familiar with and then going, oh, now I kind of know where I am again. Because hearing all the different languages kind of meld in, it's not a style of language that works for me. Like a lot of people like I'm assuming anyway, probably why it gets used so often, but the songs or the poems that show up in a lot of these high fantasy novels, those don't really work for me all that often either. In terms of how they're written and what they're often trying to say, it's usually nebulous and vague, and I don't really care for trying to figure it out in the middle of the novel where I don't even know themes or anything like that yet. I don't know. It's just one of my idiosyncrasies when it comes to, how I read and stuff like that. Thank you, computer. But anyway, that's probably why I have Lord of the Rings on the brain. It's because I've been listening to that podcast. Back to the story I was talking about after battle. Ancient Barons, as I said before, these guys have that chance of dropping the Ednesia if you haven't gotten it yet. If you don't have at least 2 at this point, the one that we could purchase and the 1 rare drop, then I would recommend trying to farm it, and I would also recommend turning on my controls so characters do things. And now we can sub Lilica out because she's worked on everything. Get Steve back in there. Where am I here? That's not the right button. So we need to head straight this way. I don't think there's anything floating up above there. But yeah, the way that this film, Weathering with You, just kind of reacted to that sense of making the world bigger than I was initially. Yes, I want to go left. I'd have flipped the map in my head. I'm very bad at doing that. I was the one, because I built office furniture for a long time. I would be the one who would look at the desk I was building upside down, or the return, which is the small piece on an L-shaped desk. It's the extra piece that turns it into an L on top of the straight desk that you're used to sitting at. I would look at it, look at the plan, look back at it, look back at the plan, put it together, flip it upside down, or flip it upside right because you build it upside down, and then go, fuck. And then have to redo it. I did that way more than I'd like to admit. Well, there's a whole bunch of barons there. Give Steve a workout here. Yeah, if I didn't already have that Ednesia, this would be the battle where I would be reloading trying to get it. all I got for that was a resurrection? You guys could have given me way more stuff than that. All right. I was looking at the wrong part of the map. I missed an item. Well, we're going to backtrack. We got Limit Avenger and a flame that I don't need. The Limit Avenger is Ego? Some of them I know, some of them I don't. I'll meet you back where I should have been. Okay, we're back where I should have been before. Let's climb these stairs. And let's grab the treasure chest that I missed. I was looking at the wrong half of the map. Did that show a sword icon? Or was that for you? Okay, what did I just get then? There's the experiment. Oh, that's also for Digo. Why is Digo getting all the nice things? Not that the axe is all that nice at level 36 compared to my level 44 and level 45 axes, but either way. Let's give those to Digo there. Weaker than the one he's got. Of course it is. And I'll meet you back over there. Anyway, that sense of the world being bigger than everything else and that there's like opportunities out there. There's just so many anime and shows and whatever that they give you a sense of the world, but that sense of the world just, I don't know, it feels small even when it's trying to be large. I know I'm not really explaining myself all that well, but it's hard for me to put into words. It's part of it's a nostalgic feeling for me. It gives me a nostalgic feeling of the world that I can't find very often anymore. There was another movie I watched. I don't remember the name of it. I was trying to think about what it was. I think it was either a Chinese or a Korean movie. And it also gave me that sense, but that one just seemed like all right. This movie, Weathering With You, this one really stood out to me. And it's not like it did anything all that different. It gave us a relatively simple story and just did it really well. I'm struggling to figure out what... This is a curse trap, by the way. I'm struggling to figure out how much I like it because it's one of those films where I finished the film and then I sat there and go, huh, now what? And I just, I didn't want to watch anything else. I didn't want to do anything else. It was like, it wasn't late enough to go to bed, but I didn't really feel like sleeping. It was so weird. It's one of those films that just, it really hit the right spot at the right time for me. And I don't really know how to think about it. But regardless, I would highly recommend anyone who is interested in anime in any way to go out of your way to try and watch that, because it is a very good film at the very least, whether I know exactly how I'm supposed to think about it or not. All right, so I think we got everything over here. So let's head straight over here where we talked to this stone statue a moment ago. At least I think this is where I'm going. Is it not? I think so. I believe I just go this way. Oh, here's a terrible fight. I got two different types of barriers to work with in this fight. We have barriers and we have shields. Well, we managed to get through there. Well, I was going to take the barrier break off, but I should probably leave it on for now. Yeah, we seem to have heard from both sides claiming the same thing. And it's kind of weird because you don't just hear all of one side, because you're fading back and forth into, like, from one side to the other. You see both sides kind of at the same time, or one after another. So it's not like you get told, okay, this side is definitely in the right, and then, you know, switch the other side and hear the exact opposite. When you tend to do that, I don't know, I tend to, it's often that you'll favor one side or the other that way, and it's either whatever you hear first or it's whatever's most compelling. So it's hard to say which one would have worked out best. Where am I coming from now? All right, so I believe I want to go up here. Is my treasure chest up here? There it is. Wow, we actually found these guys again. I think this is only the second fight with the giant spiders. It's an ace hunter. Yeah, I won't get it back, but we're not really looking for another beast at the moment. Yeah, he seems to be able to pull off transporter stuff from anywhere. Sadly, the game is not nice enough to give us this ability. The fact that anytime we want to teleport from one place to another, we need to go to the right planet first, as opposed to just having a natural, you know, proper fast travel from anywhere, is kind of irritating. But the game's also, you know, almost 20 years old, so I cut it some slack for that, as much as it is tedious. Skull necklace we will definitely take. So I got those two. Let's head on up here. But anyway, there's my anime story for the day. Anyone else has seen any anime films that actually look really good lately? Let me know, since I seem to be on a kick of it. One thing that happens with me is I'll get on a kick and I'll start working on things. Like a little while ago, I was on a game kick. It's like I started like 3 or 4 different games and then, you know, finished one of them, benched 2 of them, eventually got back to one of them. I still haven't gotten back to the other one, and it sits there unplayed for like 3 weeks straight. And it's like, oh, by the time I get back to it, I won't remember how to play it. Let's see, we got that one. Don't think there's any reason to go down. There's no reason to head back that way. There's no treasure over there. So let's just go in here. And hello. Okay, let's give this guy a try here. To lure out the Zerardian warrior, once said to be the strongest fighter alive, hold to the sky that which can revive your entire brood. Here we're looking for the perfect reviver. Now this won't be here if you have not purchased the Tower Matador hunt, just like any of the other ones won't be there unless you purchase the appropriate hunt. In this particular case, the Tower Matador will only be available once you've at least reached rank 20. So if you haven't reached rank 20 yet, this option won't be there. You won't be able to buy it, and you won't be able to fight this guy. Now, this guy is a jump to attack enemy, and he's really powerful with a lot of range. Your best bet is buffs and anything that can add, let's see here, where is it? There's protection.
Here I come.
Pretty sure we already saw that one. But yeah, anytime you go for a jump attack, it's almost as if the AI goes, oh, somebody jumped, time to go for an attack. Because I almost always seem to get hit with it. And as you can see, like, he does a lot of damage. You are going to need to heal a lot, and his arms kind of get in the way. And as you can see, he's actually pretty fast for a large enemy. And as soon as you go to do anything, you get hit. He hasn't even finished the swing, and his damage came through. I never realized how weird the timing on hits seems to be. Anyway, I kind of get to show how to fight this guy while still doing it mostly the fast way, because it's not going to get much faster from me just using a strength star or bringing in another character that can buff. But if you do not have Earthshaker, you're going to be in a much worse position than I am. I tried to hit him from behind, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. The problem is that the reason why you would go from behind is because you're trying to interrupt him and not have him interrupt you. But the problem is he can hit you from behind during his backswing. So if you hit him kind of from the side, it works a little bit, but it's still not the easiest of the enemies to take down, and definitely not one of my favorites to fight. Then again, I'm not a fan of any of the jump to attack enemies. They're just tedious and they take forever. All right, let's put that to use since we just got it. The Wicked Moon. New sword. It's got freeze on it. I like freeze. You're not done yet. Now, I believe we started over on the other side there. No, I started on the other side. I need to go this way. I get turned around as long as I'm breathing. It's just like Hulk Hogan. If he's breathing, you know he's lying. If I'm breathing, I'm getting turned around. I have no idea where I'm going. So yeah, there's basically 3 camps of the spirits. There's well, I guess technically there's probably 4. There's the people who don't know that they're dead or can't believe that they're dead. There's the people who realize that they're dead and blame both sides. And then there's teams of either side that blame the other. So yeah, I guess they kind of did tear this whole country apart with their war. That would make sense. A lot of the statues are like almost unfinished textures. Like if you look at the wall there, it almost is left like there's armor built into the wall in terms of the design. It almost looks like there's a person there. And then they put a decent amount of detail into making that look, you know, good. And then they do this statue itself, which is basically a carbon copy of it. And when you blow it up like that, it doesn't look anywhere near as good. All right, so we want to go up here and grab some treasure. All right, I need to do this for the Baroque. Really? Can I please hit this guy? There we go. As long as we get the Hunter's Coin, I'm good. In fact, the magic number. We have 60 coins. We can now purchase a premium license, which gives us access to a number of new items that we will need in order to do the factory, which is what I plan to do once we're finished with this area. So that's good. We've made progress. Now, I don't need any of the additional ones that I'm going to get from turning in all the points, but I still need to work on Hunter's rank points so that I can get to level 1 or rank 1 there. Where am I going here? Let's go this way, grab a treasure, and then we'll backtrack around. One dead-end treasure chest. Does it have anything useful in it? Well, I guess it would have if I didn't grind so much. Ceiling Sunsphere. Run faster! Why is there no run button? Yeah, no, I'm not fighting you guys. Not enough enemies to warrant me playing around with breaking barriers, sorry. I really wish they had bothered to put in a proper run feature. Like, you really need to run at least, you know, even faster than this, to be quite honest. It's just way too slow. All right, more hell corpses. These guys, give me that dark music box because I still need those. That's a whole lot of nothing. All right, we got a bunch of resurrections, which is nice. I've mastered the barrier break shot, which pretty much always happens because, well, I always forget to take it off. And there's a lot of times where I'll just leave it on there because it's a pain in the ass to take it off, and I don't use my gun that often. Where am I? 34. Okay, perfect. Now I know where I am. I don't know where I am, do I? I need to go up here. I'm sitting there trying to figure out how I'm supposed to get from here, and it looks like the path continues from a different location. But now I can see where the path comes from. Having Steve along makes my life a lot easier. Now, I don't need to worry about getting Hunter's Coins anymore, so no more worrying about them, but I can still finish off the fights fast enough most of the time. I just won't be bothered to pull in different characters to do that with at this point. There we go. More of the same. All right, let's grab the last chest on this floor. Some max heals. And more Phobos, more jump attack enemies. Exactly my favorite. You guys deal with that. I'll go deal with the other guy. Or I'll do all of them. Well, at least he's frozen. I'll take that. Yeah, the jump attack guys are always the bane of my existence. All right, and we have the last spirit. You couldn't stop them. And for activating all the transporters, we can now see all the chests. So this floor is good. Let us check each floor and see if there's anything that we missed. Okay, I went and I checked through everything, and I don't believe I missed any of the treasures on this planet, which is good. Went and just opened up each of the maps and teleported around and checked everything. I don't think I missed anything. I did decide to bring in new party members, mainly just because they're lower leveled. Digo is the only one I have that's level 46, so I want him in for the fight, and Gisela hasn't seen any action for a long time. But I do want to bring those two just because it's a boss fight. I'll be getting a bunch of experience. That way they don't fall further behind. And Zagrim's already pretty strong. Pretty high level. He's one of the highest I have. And this will mean that I have no direct strength boosts other than strength stars and illusion sword, which will add a bit of challenge to the upcoming fight. But anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, we get to see who's at the top of the other tower. And as you can probably guess, it might just be the other brother instead of the first tower that we went to, which contained the other brother. Confusion. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.